Right, there's a lad at my school, right, who, got caught swearing. I mean, I got caught, and I got...
When you say get caught, well, what was it? You were right behind the bike sheds having a swear.
Have you got any MF? Yeah. No, I've only got one C left, it's my dad's. Oh, come on, let's have a go on it. Let's say hunt.
Yeah.
Let me say the hunt.
Getting older kids to buy you some swearing.
No, look, just smoke it down to the car.
Yeah. So you're right there, you're behind the bike sheds having a swear.
Yeah.
And a teacher hears him say, right, the S word.
The S word.
The S word.
Well,
yeah.
So, the way this teacher dealt with it, he said, right, it's not a clever word to use, and he tried to make him get sick of using it he had to write an essay using that word 300 times, right?
Yeah.
So I would have loved that.
But that's just practice for a kid.
But that is like the father catching the kid with a cigar
and making him smoke.
Yeah. Doesn't work with heroin if you've got a young teenager who's jacked up for the first time.
Yeah.
It can be dangerous.
The funny thing is, though, right, his mum found his textbook.
Of course.
Thought he was depressed and wanted to take him counselling. Because everything was S. He was writing down, this is...
And did it work? Did it wean him
off?
Did
he?
Yeah.
The teacher, I mean, he disappeared. He got kicked out for hitting a kid on the head with a bit of wood. So
it wasn't you, was it? That was
Longview, further. That's great, that.
That's a good tune. Can I just give a big shout out, Rick?
Go on.
To John Kay. He's listening online in Los Angeles, City of Angels.
Brilliant.
It's his first time listening to the show. Who knows what he's making of it? I wonder if we should explain what Carl is to him.
He's up early.
Well, he's got up apparently to record it, and then he's gone back to bed.
Oh, right. So he's listening to it any time, so, oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Carl,
Can you explain what he is?
Well, he's a little bit of a grumpy, spoiled, lazy prat at the moment.
Oh, that's
but usually he's quite a funny, nice, sort of genuine guy who's in awe of the world if it's furry, and doesn't really care if it isn't. But,
anyway, we're all one big happy family.
Come on, Carl, attitude up. Happy. Happy. If we're happy, the listener is happy.
We were talking about, schools, swearing, kids at school. I just remember at school, loads of my friends now are becoming teachers.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what it must be like in an environment with kids. Because when we were at school, I mean, not particularly me, but lots of people in the class, and you'd all end up doing it, would just treat teachers like they weren't humans, like they were just creatures from another planet, that were there to be tormented.
Because, it's a game, isn't it, to see how far you can wind someone up to distraction. And most people grow out of that.
But is it because... Not everyone. But especially if they've got a bit of cash in their pocket now, and a little bit of success. They tend to think that gives them licence to treat people badly. It's terrible. But I remember there was a guy, this is such a terrible story, there was a teacher, he came in, and he was teaching us, and one kid, one of the hard nuts, he'd found out that this guy, he lived on his own, and he had a cat, and the cat got run over. And so we got in early, like everyone was in early, and before the teacher came in, and this kid drew a picture of a cat being run over by a car, in chalk, on the blackboard, a huge picture of it. And the teacher just came in, saw it, burst into tears and ran out. And the thing is, that was like the beginning of term, so he could never get us back after that. There was never going to be any respect for him. It was just...
I know, yeah.
It's just like, I just remember now, thinking about it, just thinking... I mean, at the time I remember thinking it was bad, but now it's just heartbreaking, it's devastating.
I know.
It's just
they just forget, they'd let their guard down a little bit.
Did you ever do the one where you just... just humming?
Yeah.
And he'd tell us to stop it, and then everyone would just...
We used to, there was one teacher, me and my mate used to go up to, and just, when we saw the other one, just sort of sniff him slightly, and then sort of like, so he goes, what? I go, nothing. And he'd walk away sniffing his armpit.
But those kind of mind games, it's like...
I know. Once, right, I was talking about this in the week, actually, we had this, teacher, and he must have been sort of 60 then, right, and we're all about sort of like 12. We had to do French, you had to put your thing on the booth, and it was I told you something, le chat est, you know, all that, right, and répété, cats on the wall, right, you'd repeat it in French, and of course everyone was going F, C, just for fun, and he heard this, and he listened back to all of them, and he realised it, and he went mental. He went, I don't believe this! Do you know how much these cost? he was going mad, and he was going red and bursting like Karl was earlier, and it was like, I can't stand this anymore. Anyway, he picked up an exercise book, said, look at this exercise book, look, and I won't say the kid's name, he went, so-and-so, look, oh look, he's put, and I'll change his name, Smithers. He went, oh look, he's put Smithers is shit. He goes, he's got Clever on this side, he's put Smithers is a lump of shit, that's good! Right, and he went berserk, he went, oh look, he's drawn a picture of a penis with wings, and he's written underneath, Dicky Bird. He went, is that clever? He went, do you want me to put a piece of paper up so you can come and write swear words and draw ladies' genitals all day? And I went, like that laughed, he went, I'm glad you think it's funny, Mr. Gervais! And he stormed out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And did he ever come back?
No, but we put the bit of paper up for him and said, look what we've done, you sir. That's a fanny.
Yeah.
There's some knobs. Yeah.
Was it biology?
No, it was French.
Oh, French, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I just remember things like games like, there was some cupboards at the back of I think the maths class, and one kid just got in the cupboard before the teacher came, and then sat in there for like, 45 minutes, and just towards the end of the thing just came out.
Brilliant.
Just came out and just went, and sat down. And just things like that, which just kind of, it's not, I don't know what it is, or I don't know what, it's just an utter lack of respect.
I played a trick like that once in my first year at college. This is pathetic, right? We're on a hall of residence, right? And there was this woman, sort of middle-aged woman come around in a twin set, and I think she was from a bank, where she was doing students, going to do a bank account, and we knew she was coming up the corridor and she was not right, and so my mate got in my wardrobe, in this little room, right? Just sat there, she came and I said, have you banked? I said, yeah, I banked. I said, okay, can I just do it? And there was a knock on the wardrobe, I went, come in, and he just came out, and I went, all right, and he left, right? And she just looked at me, and I started laughing, I went, sorry. She went, you're not interested? I went, no. But it just fell flat. It fell flat. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Karl, a little bit happier now?
Yeah, I'm happy.
What have you done this week?
Doesn't bother me that.
No, what have you done this week?
Doesn't bother me that.
Karl, answer the question to the producer. What have you done this week?
A few things.
Oh, it's funny, right? Because when he's moaning about, I was telling him about I'd caught him out. He says he doesn't get a lunch break. He had over an hour, and then he went. I think he went quite early that night to get a hob. That hadn't been delivered or something. So, and I said to was it James Hyman? Was it, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
And I said, James, he's always complaining about working. Does he work hard? And he went, well, he doesn't work as hard as he used to. Play a record, Karl, yeah.
Interesting.
Don't want to really hit the start button now. I might do it in a bit lazy.
I'm not saying you're lazy. I'm saying, maybe some people don't think you work as hard as you do. That's the way of the world. I'm not saying you don't work hard. Just reporting speech, really, with James Hyman. Calling him a liar. Play a record.
Can't be bothered.
Play a record, Karl.
I reckon we could do this all the way through, Billy Bragg.
Play a record, no, let's not ruin it. It's not Billy Bragg's fault.
No, not
bad
fair.
mood. Okay, let's have a great show, everyone.
Oh, yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck to you.
Right, that was Jane's Addiction, Just Because, on XFM 104.9. Right, everybody up, let's give them a great show, yeah? 2 hours of, fun, chat. Let's keep it, let's keep it cutting edge. Let's not be too... I mean, that's what the listeners of XFM would... Oh, no, it isn't, is it? No, because... Hold on, wait a minute, because we came in yesterday and did this... little skit, didn't we, where we bleeped it out.
A little sketch. It was quite naughty, it was quite controversial.
Karl called me last night, and we're not allowed to play it out.
Oh, but we've been censored?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's a cutting-edge alternative station, wants to push the boundaries, wants to be thought of as rock and roll, a bit punk rock.
Yeah, because I said something like the radio authority. I bleeped it out, what I called them.
Yeah.
But, couldn't do it. Done it before.
Censored.
Couldn't do it.
Censored.
Karl agrees, though. What's your thoughts, Karl? You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Why?
Well, what's the point?
Well, it was funny, wasn't it? And it wasn't offensive.
Not really. It's not some of the best stuff that would have ever gone out on this show, but...
Right, what are you putting up against, exactly? Cheeky Freak of the Week?
Well, that springs to mind.
Yeah. Rockbusters?
But, I mean, the thing is, the things that you have put out there, I mean, we better be really careful. Who's worried about complaints? I mean, it's not just swearing, is it? It's taste and decency and everything.
Yeah.
So, we can't laugh about the disabled anymore in the Cheeky Freak of the Week. Can't do stories about elderly relatives with genitals looking like a split tennis ball. Can't do your bad dad putting a child with learning difficulties in a bin. So, what should we just play music?
I think that's all it's going to have to be, yeah.
Accidents Will Happen by Elvis Costello on XFM 104.9. Carl's a little bit stressed, because it's not his fault. It was the boss that overruled him. He came along. What did he do? He heard you listening to it?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, what's that? I said, it's what Ricky wants to play out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he said, well, can't go out like that. Too many...
But they're all bleeped. We bleeped the swear words.
Yeah, but he didn't want it to go out. I mean, you got to remember, right, you came in yesterday to have a chat about what we're going to do.
Yeah.
One of the topics that I said, let's talk about, which I came up with, was... Let's talk about swearing.
No, you said you never had a problem with swearing, which is normally...
Yeah, that's right.
And then we did the thing about, isn't it funny that you can... the thing about you can bleep a swear word by taking out the vowel. So we're going, so it's the vowel that's offensive, and we did a little sketch around that, and then ended, he wanted to completely obliterate the word in the end, didn't want to put the thing in that we said about the radio authority, which I think it was valid, and wouldn't have got a complaint.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's the boss, and what he says goes, doesn't it?
Sure.
So,
yeah, I was just going to say...
Right. But what you got to remember is what he also said is if you want to pay the 70 grand fine, then go ahead and do it, Steve.
There wouldn't be a 70 grand fine, though, would there?
Well, you don't know what it'd be. But will you pay it? Will you pay for my mortgage? Will you pay for his mortgage? Will you feed his kids?
He wouldn't be fired.
What do you mean? Well, I tell you what, if it's not a fine, we'd lose the licence, then we'd all be fired.
Right.
When you're sat at home.
Do you seriously think you'd lose the licence for that sketch? Does he really seriously think you'd lose the licence? But it is not the worst thing we've ever put out or done or ever will do.
Yeah, but it's the fact that he said don't put it out, and you're like, throwing your toys out the pram. I want to say it. I want to say it. How old are you? But you still want to put swearing out.
It's a discussion about the radio authority and the way people are interested.
Yeah, but leave it. Let's move on.
Don't get annoyed.
Yeah, but I'm annoyed because you've been at it since about 12:30.
I know. Well, I like to get in early to plan the show.
Yeah, but there's been no planning. So to be honest, I'd turn off today. Anyone listening, because there's nothing.
Carl, there's never anything.
There is. There's sometimes some good things, but today, seriously,
what is there?
I'd leave it.
Something half decent that's been on this show.
Loads of little interesting topics.
Go on, I can't remember any.
Right, gays in toilets.
Yeah. Not particularly interesting. Fascinating to you, perhaps.
Right, well, I'd prefer to hear that than just a load of swear words.
Well, we wouldn't have heard any swear words. We'd have heard some bleeping.
Right then, so that's entertaining, isn't it? Load of bleeps.
It's because you don't want to stand up to your boss or say anything. Don't get annoyed with us.
I'd stand up to if I agree with what I'm arguing about, but I'm not falling out with him over some crappy thing you want to play out.
Don't say crappy.
Well, it doesn't matter, because I'm not here next week, I tell you that. I've canned this in.
Don't say
so
crappy.
If Andrew is listening...
Don't say crappy. Play a record. We apologise for the word crap.
That's out of order. We should read that.
Cardigans. You're the Storm on XFM 104.9. Well, nearly the end of the show, but we wouldn't, we wouldn't let them down, would we? You know what it is now, don't you? Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right. Now, whilst I was in Cornwall, I wasn't online. I didn't have the internet, so it was like, oh, what am I going to do? And I didn't come back till yesterday. And I thought, is there loads going on that I don't know about in the monkey world and stuff? I was hoping to get some from the zoo that I was meant to be going to. Of course, that didn't happen. So I said to my dad, do you know anything about monkeys, or have you got any stories with monkeys?
Brilliant. This is what Trevor McDonald does.
Turned out...
9:45, he goes, got nothing. Dad, anything happened? You got anything politics? Anything politics, Dad?
This isn't monkey news, I'm just giving you this free.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Turned out one of his mates used to have a chimp.
Right.
What do you mean one of his mates used to have a chimp?
Well, two of his mates. Mind
Oh,
you,
sorry, yeah,
I
was thinking it sounded a bit far-fetched living in Manchester, like. But if there was two of them...
He had a chimp, had to thump it in the head.
For doing what? Answering back?
Oh, God!
Tried it on with his wife.
Had to thump it in the head for trying it on with his wife! I love it. It's a proper fist fight in a pub in Manchester. Oh.
I'd call him up, but he's one of them who, like, swears all the time.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, it'd be good to get him on and
Let's interview him. Can we not interview him pre-record? We can bleep out the swear, and I'd love to hear his story.
Do a lot of work, that.
Yeah, well, Well, we're not scared of work,
No,
are we, Steve?
I'll do it myself if you can't be bothered.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
I'll
so...
have a word, I'll sort it out.
Yeah, try and sort that out next week.
Sort that out, yeah.
Well, don't tell us the rest of the story then, let's let him say it in his own
No,
words.
but there was another one as well. Some
When you
fella-
say you can get him on, but he swears a lot, you mean the monkey? I'm assuming he's more coherent than your dad's mate.
But there's him, and there's some other fella he knows who had a funny name. I'll have to find out, because you'll love his name. But he was a drag artist.
Yeah.
And, I think he said my dad went round one day, I don't know why, right? Went round there, knocked on the door, chimpanzeed.
Carl, I don't know what you're doing, mate. I don't know where this place you live. Next door, there's an horse in the front room. There's chimps running round.
Mad. Anyway,
Chimpanzee!
Is that it? Is that the end of the story? There's a chimpanzee in the door and that's the end?
You sure it wasn't a drag artist before he shaved?
no,
Sure it wasn't your gran?
Because I like the really airy ones that decide they can be female impersonators. Yeah, your gran.
Anyway.
Go on then. This is the monkey news. So you got that for free. What's this going to be like,
Well,
Steve?
let's have more jingles.
Okay. Oh, chimpanzee that! Monkey news extra!
Okay.
Right, another phrase. We've been talking about phrases today.
Yeah, we have,
Don't touch
yeah.
your granny when she's shaving.
Yeah.
Don't touch your granny to suck eggs.
Yeah.
Don't look a horse in the mouth.
Yeah. Don't let the chimpanzee the jaw if you're chucking your cock in.
Familiar with the phrase monkey business?
No, never heard that one before, Carl. That's brilliant.
Right, well, it came about. This has been emailed in and I haven't really had a chance to look at it, so I'm just weighing it up now. Yeah.
It's the biggest shambles on air, isn't it? Really?
Oh, I'm ashamed of it.
I mean, what was Dr. Fox? Dr. Fox must have been really polite. He must have been thinking, I don't know how to put this. He must have wanted to scream and go, you shouldn't be in the radio authority.
My parents listen online, I can't look them in the eye.
Right, I think I've weighed it up. Long time ago, right?
Yeah.
In the,
olden days, yeah.
in
Go
the Amazon jungle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Little family of monkeys in there, right? Having a good life, right? Didn't have any predators in there, right? So, they were loving it.
Yeah.
They had a load of food around them, they had loads of banana trees, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, they did.
Sorry, yeah.
Everything's going great, so they're happy in that. They go to bed,
Okay.
wake up in the morning, load of bananas gone.
Ooh, hang on, interesting.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So,
Either your dad's been around, or...
This isn't the great Amazon banana robbery, is it?
so anyway, turns out it was another load of monkeys from another part of the island, from the rough bit.
From the rough bit! I love it! They went into a middle class area.
Oh, they're the ones with the earrings and the leather jackets.
Oh, that is brilliant! From a rough part of the island.
So the monkeys thought, well, there's no point getting into a fight with them because they're harder than we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, and they carry chains.
So,
I love all this conjecture.
They got flip knives and tattoos.
Yeah, go on.
so basically, they said, let's do some business with the bananas.
Let's do some business with the bananas.
Shit! This is...
What are you talking about?
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Right, calm down, we haven't got much time left.
Oh, God! What do you mean they said it?
Forget it.
No, don't forget it! Carl, do not press
seriously.
that! Switch the record off. Switch the record off.
Christ.
Switch the record off, Carl.
What are you talking about? What did they do? Oh.
Let's do business with the bananas.
Yeah.
So they said, well, rather than them coming robbing them, we'll flog them. So that put a stop to it then. The monkeys came. They didn't have money. They said, give us some, give us some bananas. And it says
So what, they exchange bananas for bananas?
for berries and nuts. So that's where the phrase monkey business
No, it's
comes
not.
from. Little business
No.
is set up.
Right, there, God. That's the end of that as well. So that's the end. That is a shame. That's the end of Rockbusters and Monkey News. Well done. You've done it in one show.
Elbow and Red. Good tune.
The old Spanish archer. Right?
Yeah, Elbow. Oh, sorry, you've lost me. I wasn't listening.
Elbow.
Elbow.
Alright.
Sony award-winning from Ricky Gervais.
Well, we're not allowed to do anything
Sure, a bit
Andrew likes those sort of things.
Rick, I can tell you now that the answers to songs of phrase are quite literally dribbling in. I think there's 2, maybe 3 answers so far. So, very excited about that. And we just had an email from Dan. He says, my Mrs. Lynn is pregnant and is 8 days overdue. Karl, could you offer any words of encouragement to coax the baby down the birth canal? I've sat Lynn only inches away from the speaker to allow optimum audio transfer to the uterus. What would you say to that child there, just to lure it out to the wide world, Karl?
I wouldn't rush out, to be honest.
Right.
It's not good, is it? Out here.
Sure.
And I don't really want to talk about kids either, because Suzanne's mate's just had one and now she wants one.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Please never bring a child into the world, Karl. Promise us that.
They just bore me. Have you seen, there's loads of people in the office who have got them now and they've all got baby pictures everywhere, and they're all like, isn't it nice looking? And it's like, no, it's not. They all look the same. Do you know what I mean?
All like Mel Smith.
Just...
Don't they?
But it's that theory, actually, right? Do you know how I've said before about babies, right, but like little old people?
Yeah.
There was, no.
Another of the great theories.
No, the fact that, you know, you're born, and you sort of, you know, you got no teeth, you got a little bald head, you can't control your bodily functions and that.
Sure.
Then you get to, like,
Sorry,
70.
you're describing yourself? Or?
Yeah, I was saying, you've got a dangerous
No,
ground,
I'm just saying, that's how you're born.
Yep.
Then you get to about 70 or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that starts to happen again, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, there was a story in America about, just backing this up again, 70-year-old fella.
70-year-old fella, okay.
Little bald head.
Yeah.
Right? Probably no teeth and that.
Probably, yeah.
Nappy and that, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Goes
it's
into...
like 70-year-olds pop the old nappy on your 70th birthday, take your teeth out.
Goes into an off-licence to get some beer. Doesn't get served because he didn't think he was old enough.
Right. Okay. Right, okay.
Wait.
Karl's back.
Wait a minute,
No,
sorry. So they thought he was a giant baby that had walked into an
Forget
office.
it.
Weird, isn't it?
Steve, forget it.
Karl, please. I need Karl to answer.
No, I mean, that's a story, but it's weird, isn't it? That's
Well,
what
it's
I'm
not true.
saying, it just backed up
The
my
guy
answer.
in an off-licence thought that a giant baby had waddled
A
into an
70-year-old
off-licence.
wrinkled baby in an overcoat, sucking Werther's Original, smoking a pipe and going, I can't believe it, the price is not the same as they were, right, was a small child.
Well,
Yeah, weird, isn't it? Play a record, you're an idiot.
well, what's happening with Songs of Phrase?
Forget it. Forget it,
No,
who
as
cares?
I say, the answers are dribbling in, and
Can we run this radio station for a week?
Yeah, but the thing is, if we genuinely wanted to do a good job at that, we'd have to fire ourselves straight away.
No, do you know what I mean, though? Just to sort out the playlist, let DJs, you know what I mean? Sort out what can be said and what can't. Just for 1 week. Yeah, see if we can give it a bit of shall we?
So what would you do?
I don't know, does the phrase pissing in the wind mean anything to you?
Right, no, yeah. Well, are we going to even meet this week? Because it's, you know, we've wasted time pre-recording stuff that we can't put out. I don't know if it's
He's
worth...
still on that? He is still on it? I mean, to be honest, I've let it go, but he's still on it.
What else is on the list?
What list?
On the list, I said to you yesterday, let's sit down and have a chat.
I threw that away, I thought it was just a piece of crap.
There you go.
You can't say crap. You're saying...
You should have bleeped that.
I know, why don't you believe that? Why don't we pre-record the whole show, then we only have to come in once? What do you think of that, Karl?
Whatever.
Karl.
Steve, what are we doing with
I
Songs of
seriously think
Phrase?
if we put out last week's show, would anyone notice?
Karl.
Play a record. He's driving me mad now, Karl.
Karl.
Seriously, he's driving me mad.
Karl.
Press the button. Please.
Karl.
I'm sick of it.
Karl. Sugar Cubes. Hit. Yeah, on XFM 104.9. Our last show till August.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that, we'll miss it. We can't avoid it really, we've got to go away and do some filming. And, they're only going to miss you anyway, Karl. They can do without us now.
Zoe Ball's on.
Yeah, Zoe Ball. And who else is after her? She's not doing the whole run, is she?
Yeah, I think so.
Is she doing the whole 3 months, is she?
Yeah.
Tell her not to get too comfortable.
Alright.
Right? Don't let her feet... and don't let Big Boy Slim come in with her, because he mixes up the records, doesn't he? And ruins them.
Yeah. Hey, talking of DJing,
Go on.
you know I did that storming set the other night
Well, yeah.
for XFM.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Go on.
This was down at a little club, in case you weren't aware of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to the Sony's the other night.
Yeah.
Karl Pilkington sidles up to me, slips me an envelope.
Go on.
Oh, 200 big ones in there.
Did he get paid cash for that?
Yeah.
£200. Taxman won't know about that. Cash in hand.
No, the taxman won't know, because, I mean, obviously no one who ever works in tax is listening to local radio.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, so...
No, the taxman will know about it.
Yeah.
Because I'll declare it.
I would.
Put it, yeah, it's going straight down. I'll do it when I get home. Do it when I get in later on.
And don't write off rubbish that you buy anyway, like, you know.
No, I won't.
No.
I'll do it all above board, officially. Fill it all in correctly. And so I'll send it now, I'll send it tomorrow, so that you get it early. So it's not too busy for you, sir.
Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, also, did you see, Liquid News last night?
No. What is Liquid News? I don't really watch
It's the
Liquid
thing
News.
on, Choice, right, and it's, sort of celebrity news, yeah? And, Julian Clary, was on, and, they were talking about the Sony Awards the night before, which we went to, and they said, something like, a relatively unknown had won the entertainment award that we were up for, and Christian, and Chris Moyles, and Jonathan Ross, said, beating off bigger people, not he was beating off bigger people. They weren't suggesting he was...
Was Julian Clary beating off other
Yeah, and it said, so, the people who didn't win resorted to silliness, and it cut, right, I don't know where the camera was, it must have been miles away, because it wasn't us, cut to me making a little hat for you out of a Budweiser box, a little dark thing, and then forcing it on your head, and you sort of struggling. Do you remember that?
I do remember it.
Yeah.
So
They're always watching.
They were filming us?
They were filming it, yeah.
Scary.
So, yeah.
That's really scary, because some of the things we were doing...
Because I was tying scarves around your head, wasn't I? We were
touching Karl in an intimate way.
We were gaying him up.
Gaying him up.
To make him feel all uncomfortable and everything. Because he doesn't like that sort of thing, do you?
Can't stand it.
We're going to be giving you a cuddle about 5 to 3, seriously.
Yeah,
we are going to...
On the way out...
And I've got roaming hands.
Yeah.
Do you know them girls who came up from the Radio Academy and sort of said, oh, so you're Karl then?
Right, yeah. A couple of fans went up to Karl.
Just on the way out, I said to him again, I said, look, I'm not gay. Because they were convinced I was.
That's because if you remember a couple of weeks ago, we teased Karl that he had to go as Steve's partner, to the BAFTAs, and they really meant partners. You know, after the show, when he was walking home, he was gonna go buy his suit, I actually said, they will ask you. He went, well, what if they say, and as we walk in, Steve Merchant and his boyfriend, Karl, well, they might say that as you walk in, they might overdub it on the television, so, he's going, well, what about my mates in Manchester? And he said, I'm not going. The risk of someone in Manchester thinking that he was going out with you, mind you, it was probably going, wow, if he was gonna
see where you're going
if he was gonna be gay, you wouldn't choose Steve, would you?
No.
Who would you choose if you were gay?
If you could go out with any bloke, who would it be?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. He's thought about it before.
Go on. No, of course not. No, who would it be? If, you know, if you were gay, what bloke would you go out with?
God. Probably, Jonathan Ross is alright.
You gay! You fancy Jonathan Ross, you Bender! Oh, Bender!
Rossi! Oh, you've got his number, haven't you? We should get contact.
I love you, Jonathan, you!
Oh, chimpanzee, that is only gone and written it down, the little...
That's the jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the Conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the Conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo. Where do you come from? Okie dokie. It's a terrible place that we don't know whether to put our left leg in or our right leg in. Sometimes we shake it all about.
We're not sure if we should.
But, Conga! Fucking hell, you're such a...
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? You know, a little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
What do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him?
He went down here. What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, "Oh, come round and see us," and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living underground?
He wanted to be in the army, but was turned away, and that's the closest thing you can sort of.
How is that similar to
that's
being in the
exactly
army?
like the army. Yeah, where they teach you trades and engineering and flying.
He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
What's he got down there?
Just stuff, just like a sleeping bag, a lamp.
He's dug himself a subterranean cave.
Near my old infant school, they knocked it down because it was like a wreck. You'd be in the class and you could lean on the wall.
Yeah,
and your hand would go through it and stuff. And they knocked it all down, and I think that's when he was at his most happy, this bloke.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me. Whether the tales I've heard of horses in houses and big-headed kids with webbed hands and feet, and him, I believe that someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That isn't bizarre to me.
You spent far too long with him, if that, now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do when your budgie died?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on the rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
I read me science magazine. Some things I learnt from the science magazine. Number 1, space is running out of space. We should stay out of the sea because shark attacks are up.
Yeah, probably 4 a year now.
Well, he just says here, we should just stop going in the sea. There's no need for it.
Exactly.
Why is there no need for going in the sea?
Just because there isn't now, is there? We've got loads of land. So just, one or the other. We walked out of the sea. Now, this is what I mean about going backwards. Getting back in it again. We came from the sea originally, now we're going back in it. Don't go in it. Unless you're in a boat.
The rules, according to Karl Pilkington.
The rules of Karl Pilkington.
Oh, God.
Did the podcast and then went for a walk round Manchester Square. Years ago, a woman lived round there who had a head like a pig. She was known as the Pig Woman of Manchester Square. That made me think if there were other pig-headed women knocking about London.
Do you know what I mean? Why was she nicknamed that? Why not just the pig-headed woman? That suggests to me like there was loads of pig-headed women, and that's the one of Manchester Square.
Right.
Well, no, it was more to do with identifying her, not amongst other pig-headed women, but go, have you seen the pig woman of Manchester Square? I.e., go down there and see the pig woman, it's in Manchester Square.
What happens if she's walked off from there, though, and you go, well, no, but I saw one on New Cavendish Street.
No, well, she'll always come back if you rattle the feed.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I said, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky, lucky woman.
You must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. I mean, it is hard to concentrate. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because you read things, but it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just gonna sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What is the point of that? I mean, it's possible, but why do that in a cinema? Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody? Let's all do the conga.
Well, yeah, or during ballet. Ballet, they're just dancing. You don't need to listen to the words. Just have a conversation. We're having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof, then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there's bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They drink 100%. They drink ethanol. I don't know why. They love getting off it, and they fall down and they're drunk, right? A bee can take in the equivalent of 20 litres of wine, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage as human addiction, like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that, and then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed, and they've got guard bees, and they go, come on, we've all had a drink.
Bouncers.
Yeah. They sort of are, right? And they push them away, and push them away again. Then the next time they go, right, I've had enough. And they give it a good hiding. and Karl couldn't get over this. I saw his face. But I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling around his head, a little bit belligerent with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
You know, and the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough, let's move away, move away.
You're not coming in, right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you know, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and, I'm sick of it, you know.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer, trying to find out about drunk bees knocking about, they're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know. Fly. Well, no, but if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that no one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells them you're not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, oh, what are we doing? Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence and that. At the moment, nobody's saying
it's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses its nerve. That's not why it drinks. Because what are you drinking for? Just not confident anymore. There's no point to turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot.
Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Stop. On XFM 104.9. I reckon we could run it for a week just to do a few little things.
Bother though, I mean.
No, but I mean just like, you know, have a look at the playlist a little bit.
Yeah.
Get some.
Another phrase, polishing a turd. I think that's just another one that springs to mind.
Are you allowed to say that, Karl?
What, turd?
Yeah.
I think so. That's all right.
Well, you said it, so you're the producer.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I got it together. Capital.
Oh, no, that's a classic station.
I came in the week to just check Karl out if he was here. He wasn't. He was out for about an hour or so, and I heard in the lift. I don't know what DJ it was on. He just went and he was talking about that little girl Summer who went missing, but then she was just found reading a book. And I swear, right? I swear he went. And there's a lovely picture of her there, just reading a book. So what a happy ending. It's a shame they don't all end like that.
Oh God.
And he played a record.
What's his point?
Unbelievable.
I mean, what's that?
I don't know.
It's those people who think that they're being a little bit philosophical, but profound.
And then just everyone goes,
thanks very much.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed in the story of Summer, the little girl that went missing, I don't know if you read that it mentioned her family. Now, it mentioned the father of the house. I don't know if it's her father or certainly the guy, the parent, the male parent. And it was something like, I think I don't want to, libel him, but it was something like Paul, 24, and he's a graphic designer, recently changed his name to Dragon. I just wonder what exactly is that? How is he, her family is that, really?
Yeah.
I don't want to...
I'm always a little bit worried about people who change their name to something really, really cool.
Yeah.
Because, Kevin Smethurst isn't, it's not sexy enough.
Exactly.
So I call myself Clint Iron.
Yeah.
What would you call yourself? Karl Pilkington, nothing wrong with that. It's quite a superhero's name. It's Pilkington.
When I was about 7, I wanted to be called Brett.
Yes. I can see why.
I don't know, I just had a mate who was called Brett and I thought that sounds good, it's different.
Yeah.
But then, I'm quite happy with my name now.
Because Karl, I have to say, where does that come from, Karl? Because it's quite a rare name.
I told you, didn't I? My mum had a dream.
I forget this. What? Your mother had a dream?
She wasn't well, she had pneumonia or something, right?
Dear.
And, she had this dream while she was pregnant. That some doctor, sort of, she was going off to another place, she was going to die or something, and this doctor went, I can sort this out, I know what I do here. And she remembers on his name badge it said Karl.
Really?
So when she had me, she said, right.
Call him Karl.
Dr. Karl.
Calling Dr. Pilkington. Calling Dr. Pilkington.
She hoped, I imagine, that you'd grow up to be like him in every way.
I've done alright for myself, I think.
Sure.
I'm alright.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about, actually, weren't we? We were talking about the fact that you're quite proud of the fact that you've got no formal education, really, and yet you've pulled yourself up from the bootstraps.
Yeah, well, I know people who've got results and that, and don't do anything.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
They're on the streets.
So I've used all my energy as I've got older, rather than burning myself out as a kid.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I don't know if that's advice.
Should we advise that to young kids out there?
Don't take exams, don't work at school, just, move away from Manchester and get a job on XFM.
They'll employ anyone.
Yeah, you get an hour's lunch break, you're away by 5:45.
You need no qualifications to work for XFM.
Because you don't have to think for yourself, because your boss tells you what to do, you can have some time off to go shopping for hobs and shower units.
He's alright, he's a good boss.
Yeah, I know.
He'll let me have next Saturday off. He knows how tired I am.
How many Saturdays has he had off? He's going away again. He's had 2 holidays. He gets 26 holidays, 6 days a year. 26 days a year. It's unbelievable. He was sick because he put on wet trousers.
Yeah.
And now you're going down to Hastings. Are you leaving early? Because you left early last time, didn't you?
No, I won't do that again.
Now, what are you going to Hastings for?
Just having a break. Listen, though, we were talking about depressing news, right? And with that kid and what have you.
Yeah.
You see that thing in the week, there was 3 bits of depressing news, right? There was one, an old woman who swallowed a fork.
An old woman who swallowed a fork?
Yeah, did you see
She's
that?
dead, the dork.
An old woman swallowed a fork, so what did she swallowed a spoon?
Why did she, everyone knows she swallowed a spoon. When she swallowed a spoon.
What's her name? She, swallowed a cockroach. Right.
Sorry, whoa, is this the old rhyme now?
Is this a rhyme that you've got slightly wrong?
No,
you've changed dog for fork.
This is the truth, is it? This is what you read?
Oh, no, yeah.
Sorry.
Never confuse the two. This is what you read on a spurious website or some mentalist emailed
sorry,
you.
just before you move on from that, there was an old woman who swallowed a cockroach.
Yeah.
And in order to get the cockroach out, she swallowed a fork?
It doesn't rhyme, but it's good.
She tries to get it out.
With a fork?
She went, what I forgot, I'm thinking she's in a kitchen.
Yeah.
That'll do. She grabs that, she tries to get it out, and she lets go of it. And goes,
swallows a fork?
Yeah. It was in the paper.
The terrible thing was, it was a gardening fork. it was awful, you know. Or is that stupid? That'd be stupid if it was a gardening fork, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what annoys me, though, with things like that. 'Cause in the paper, it was, well, you do, and everyone knows that. Honestly, no. Right? You do me head in. The way people say it must be great working with him. Must be brilliant.
No,
it's not. It's a nightmare. It is a nightmare.
Get on with it.
I can't be bothered now. Let's just play something.
Because I'm interested. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Seriously, I am.
Come back after this.
No. Let me finish the story. Come on.
Long links.
I'll tell you in a bit. 'Cause
I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting so angry.
Alright, the player record up with his... Unlucky man, that's for Karl, who is a lucky man. 2 hours every Saturday, yeah? Just a little bit of chat and laughter. Some great records. Alright? What are you going to Hastings for? Just to chill out?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Just chill out.
What specifically is in Hastings that's of interest to you? They having another battle?
Nothing, it's just cheap, isn't it? If you can get a B&B for about 40 quid.
Sure.
The weather's good, so...
Well, let's all go.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Do you want Ricky to come down with you?
No.
Right, okay.
Now, you were going to tell us something before we started winding you up.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the old man who was mistaken for a small child.
It was actually, the 70-year-old who they thought was underage.
Right, so then we got on to... Right, so the old woman, I was saying, she ate a cockroach. Right?
She ate a cockroach, yes, by mistake. How did she eat a cockroach? Why was there a
She was cleaning up, it jumped in her mouth. Right.
So she immediately, the first thing she did was immediately grab a fork and plunge that down her throat.
Yeah.
Well, no, maybe not immediately. I mean, she tried other methods. She tried plastic spoons, her fingers, maybe washing it out, maybe going, oh, I nearly swallowed a cockroach. Did she try that one? Ugh, how horrible.
Right, so anyway, the fork went down, and it's got this picture in the paper of, like, the X-ray, and you can see the fork just, like, going across like that.
Yeah. Wow.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it was... where the fork was in her abdomen, was it? In an X-ray?
Yeah.
Are you sure she swallowed it?
Yeah.
Sure she didn't just say that to the doctor? Like, how did it get in there? You got a fork inside you?
No, I know what you're getting at, because I remember years ago, do you know Dr. Steele?
Do I know Dr. Steele?
Yeah, on, he does... Is it him? The one on, Richard and Judy.
Right, what's he, a psychiatrist or the resident doctor?
He just pops in and...
Is that the sort of, like, the suave sort of...
He's not that smart.
I know the one you mean,
just a normal doctor fella.
Sure.
And, this was, like, in the 90s, and, Richard and Judy said, we got the doctor in again today. we're looking at things that, you know, have been inside people. And there's this one, right? A fella comes on, with an X-ray.
Yeah.
It's sat on a pint glass.
He sat on a pint glass?
Yeah.
That's what...
He hadn't, had
That's what
he?
he said.
Ah, sat on a pint glass.
I remember that story that was published about the bloke, and this is the excuse he gave to a doctor when he had to go and have something removed. It was a bottle of sort of HB sauce or something up his. What word can we say in case Andrew's listening?
You don't need to. You know, people know what you're saying.
Okay.
Right.
Rectum. Is that all right?
No, you didn't need to say it, but...
Well, no, he might as well. It's a medical term, isn't it? Doctors say rectum, don't they?
Anyway.
So the doctor got it out, and the excuse, he said he'd been shopping, been to Safeways, he brought his shopping home, and he popped the shopping on the on the front step, and he realised he's locked himself out. So he started to shimmy up the drain pipe, but his trousers and pants fell down while he was climbing, and he slipped and fell on the HB sauce bottle, right? And that was the note thing, right? And the doctor had put at the bottom on his notes, this would be somewhat more believable if Safeway sold their HP sauce with condoms already attached.
Well,
God.
I remember bizarre.
Why did he put a condom on it?
No idea.
To use it again on his chips. So he didn't just buy it to have a quick, you know.
Yeah.
He thought, well, I don't want to waste HB sauce.
Sure.
I mean, I use it at the arse, then have it on the chips.
Safe sauce. I always practice safe sauce. Always have safe sauce. He's written some good tunes, old Billy Bragg. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Waiting for the great leap forward.
What station are we on?
XFM 104.9.
Yeah, with Karl Pilkington. Karl, what do you think of it so far?
What, of what? This
You weren't up for it, weren't it? And now it's turned out great, and you're a little bit happier?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Good. Just talking earlier about teachers, weren't they? Have you got any amusing anecdotes about teachers or anything around that subject?
I didn't go to school that much.
Go on.
When I did, it was, I was talking to Suzanne about it the other day, how, you know, she goes out with me now and she thinks I'm great, she's lucky what she's got and stuff. No, she's done well.
Yeah.
Right? But I was the sort of kid who she would have hated at school because I never had, like, a pen.
Oh, yeah, I know what the sort you are. Never a pencil case or any stuff.
I'd start off the term, I would, and have, like, you know, a brand new carrier bag with my stuff in.
Brand new carrier bag, classy.
And,
well, you got to have somewhere to put the stuff you've nicked from Woolworths in, haven't you?
right, so that'd be there, but then by the time, like, a couple of weeks down, I'd put my pen down, I would have lost it, and then I'm sort of going around saying, can I borrow a pen?
You didn't try sticking up your nose, it's not still lodged up there.
It's not, no. But the funny thing with, like, you know, you were talking about teachers and stuff.
Were you disruptive? Were you a disruptive kid? Were you
Not
the sort
really.
of causing trouble?
No, not really. I was
No,
one
he
of
wouldn't
them.
cause trouble. He's terrified of the boss here, isn't he?
No, it's not that. It's just that, what's the point in winding people up? I find it quite annoying if people do that. So I don't wish it up on anyone else.
Why'd you wind Steve up then?
I don't wind him up.
You
I don't
do.
wind
You
him
have
up.
done, but no, come on, let's not argue. We're getting on well then. Come on, Carl.
And, like, the teachers, because I'd lived on this estate, right, loads of stuff used to get nicked and go missing and what have you.
Blackboards,
And
desks.
their way, no, like the telly and the video,
Oh, really?
and stuff like that, and the projector thing and all that. So the way they used to try and find it, right, my little conspiracy, because you know I'm good at them.
Yeah, yeah.
What they used to do is set your own work and say, right, draw like a bird's eye view of your house. Right? But draw everything you've got in your house in it as well. So if you've got, I don't know, if you've got anything in the loft, make sure you draw it.
Right. So kids would come in with overhead projectors.
Well, that was the idea,
Chalk,
I think, behind
Guns.
Yeah.
it. They were amazing.
Anti-aircraft guns in the shed.
So the picture you did for your home, presumably
Got nothing from me.
nothing.
I didn't do it.
I'm not. He used to hand it in, empty house. I'm not a grass.
yeah.
Nor the illegal immigrants living in the
Just
kitchen.
a picture of your Auntie Nora.
Yeah. What's that? Is that? Have you been
tennis ball?
stealing tennis balls?
Yeah.
No, that's not a split tennis ball. That's my
But what
auntie
about all
Nora's.
the? But what about all the stuff? What, didn't you have to draw all the stuff that your father had nicked? All the stuff, you know.
Rockbusters.
Whee!
Come on, Carl, what you got for us?
Alright, well, do you want to say what the prizes
Actually,
are?
the
or
prizes
we
are
just put
back
it away
this
in
week.
that?
Really?
We've got...
I'll be the judge of that.
Actually, what am I talking about? No, there's a 2-disc set, Rock and Roll Legends, on the cover there. We've got Buddy Holly, Elvis, Roy Orbison, and Little Richard. So
No one wants that, baby.
nobody's interested. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, a DVD. I'm a Nick Cave fan and I wouldn't watch it.
No, you'd watch it once
Yeah,
at most
at
when there
best.
was nothing else.
Knowing Me, Knowing You.
No,
that's-
I mean, Nick Cave's good, but when do you watch rock
Exactly.
DVDs?
I
Yeah.
know. Knowing Me, Knowing You, great series obviously, but once again on
VHS.
VHS. Who wants it on VHS?
Yeah.
Where are all the bonus features?
Absolute pointless
The
so
only thing
far.
that's half decent is this enormous hardback League of Gentlemen book, which is the scripts and all sorts of other stuff. If you're a League of Gentlemen fan, you'll love it. If you're not, I guess it's a good Christmas
If
gift.
you're not a League of Gentlemen, there's nothing in this for you.
No, exactly.
So,
So, you know, you can either enter for the hell of it.
a pile of rubbish. What's the well, not as bad as the competition, I suppose. So,
No.
go
Right,
on.
well, you know how it works. Cryptic clue.
It's not really cryptic. It's
Well.
usually wrong.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
Right, so the first one, there's 3 of them, you get them right, you win the stuff. First one,
I'll get him close. I mean, 'cause you could win this if you got one right, possibly.
if you go to Chepstow, you will.
Was that a clue or is that a point? Is that something
That's a clue.
Right.
All
Say
right.
it again.
If you go to Chepstow, you will.
And what are the initials?
Just S.
Just
Right. Second one, E.T. is upset. What's up with him? Alright. E.T. is upset. What's it upset for? What's wrong with him? Right.
Different. So not cryptic. So go on.
M.E. The initials there.
N-E?
M.
M-E.
M for mother. M.E. Alright. And the third one, I had a tape with,
Jesus. Imagine Bob Holness doing this in the gold run
I know.
against the clock. Right. Oh, I had a tape. No, I had a tape with some.
I had a tape with like Humpty Dumpty on it, and Hickory Dickory Dock and that on it, but I've broke it. Alright?
Constantly listening it to trying to figure them out.
Trying to solve the crime.
Exactly.
Who pushed Humpty?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
initials there, B.R. Right? So, first one, if you go to Chepstow, you will. The initial S. E.T.'s upset. What's up with him? Right, what's up with E.T.?
Don't know.
What's up with E.T.? E.T.'s upset. What's up with E.T.?
Yeah. The initials there, M-E, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through that one more time.
Yeah.
If you go to Chepstow,
They're
you
like
might.
jazz questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Just free form.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. E.T.'s a bit upset. What's gay? What's that? What? Hey, dude. What's the matter, man?
And I had a tape with like Humpty Dumpty on it, Hickory Dickory Dock, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Doesn't work anymore. What's gone on there? Right?
What's gone on there?
B.R.
First time we said, well, you broke it.
Well, I broke it then.
Is that
doesn't
important or not?
Yeah. I broke it.
And so it's B.
B.R.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, well you can text if you have a mobile phone, so everyone, there's no excuse to not take part. 83XFM is the text, 83XFM,
I
or
think
the phone
the- I
number.
think
No,
I
we're
know
not
what-
doing the phone, obviously. We
I think I
don't
know what
want
the B might stand for.
Rockbusters?
Yeah, they'd be loving this. Right? 3 clues were, first one, if you go to Chepstow, you will. Right? The initial was S. That was C, horses. Alright? That was the answer there.
I'll give you that.
That's
fair
fair enough.
I'll give you that.
E.T.'s upset. What's wrong with E.T.? What's wrong with him?
Yeah, right.
The initials M.E.
Yeah.
What's up with him? He was Missy Elliott. Alright, Elliott.
Doesn't count at all.
What?
Doesn't count at all.
Missy Elliott. You know what I mean? What's wrong with E.T.?
What is that with him?
Well, just let him explain it. Sorry, Carl. Do it again. Well, I wasn't listening. Do it again.
Elliott, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's in E.T.?
Yeah, I'll just do the clue again.
Right. E.T.'s upset. Well, so he's looking a bit sad and that. What's
What,
up with
E.T.
him?
the extraterrestrial?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Right. And his mate,
Yeah.
who's in it's called Elliott.
Yeah.
Right. He's upset. What's up with him? Well, he's Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott, what's she got to do with it, though? I don't understand.
No. The way you'd say it, you say, what's up, E.T.? And it'd go, oh, Missy Elliott.
Why would you
Missing-
mention her? I don't understand. Was it a thing in the film?
Missing.
She wasn't even around.
Oh, missing?
Oh, Missing Elliott. Oh, no.
Oh, that
no.
makes sense, Carl, but
No,
her
no,
name-
no,
she's not
no,
called
no,
Missing
no,
Elliott.
It's meant to be about
Cryptic,
rock
that's
stars,
what I
though,
always
isn't it?
say.
Missing Elliott, isn't it? So it's meant to be about rock stars, isn't it?
It's
though?
just cryptic, though, isn't it? Cryptic clues. And
Oh, no, that's not cryptic. That's shit. You.
Right, the third one. I had a tape, and it had Humpty Dumpty on it, and
I love when he says Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty.
Hickory Dickory Dock and that.
Yeah.
But the tapes broke.
Yeah.
That was BR. Buster Rhymes.
Say that again, I dozed off.
Sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Who's the winner, Steve?
No, it doesn't. No, do you mean busted?
Well, it's kind of like that. Cryptic.
No, it's not. No, cryptic doesn't mean change it, so it's not the same.
Steve, who's the winner? We got loads of right answers, so...
It's interesting.
I can't believe
I don't know what I was
Carl, when you were, a little Pilkington, right? What was, if you had hair, what would it be like?
What do you mean? Well, you obviously had hair then, back then. What was the style?
It was like, sort of... I had quite sort of, fine, sort of straight hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Hairdresser once said to me, "You've got hair of a Chinaman."
He was a wise man, wasn't he? What do you think that meant then? Oh.
He just said, he just said, "You've got the same hair as a Chinese man has. Very straight, quite fine."
Why is he telling you? I just imagine this pal going, the answer was well, didn't it, sir? Shall I have something on that? You have the hair of a Chinaman. I'm sorry, nothing. You're not the spy. No, I'm not. Thank you. Good night. Oh,
you're not my son.
Yeah, lovely. You have the feet of a fish. I'm sorry, nothing. It's not you. Okay, next. You have the hair of a Chinaman.
It was one of those barbers. It was a cheap one, just on a railway bridge.
I don't believe that. Go on.
On a railway bridge?
That's why it was cheap. It was very low rent, so he could charge.
That wasn't a barber, that was a man with some scissors.
Yeah. Did you go, oh, have to move you there, sir? Wow. Okay, back in the chair, sir.
I imagine them on one of those things you always see in old films where you've got
You have to pump it up and down, yeah, like a seesaw. Yeah.
Wasn't as good as that. It was just a normal chair, little wooden hut, and he did have to stop when a train came past because it used to.
Well, because he had to change the signal.
Just making a few extra
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
That's Manchester for you.
Oh, God.
I always
it
remember
wasn't
him.
Bernard Cribbins, was it?
I always remember him saying, "Do you want your hair washing?" And I said, "Is it free? You know, does it come with it?" And he said, "Yeah." So I said, "Oh, go on then." He said, "Hang on now, I'll just have to wash these mugs up." He had like a sink full of mugs.
Oh,
So I'll
God.
just take these out and then I can wash your head.
Oh, no.
And that's why.
Why did you go to this man?
It was cheap. It was
How
like
much was it?
About £2.
And when was this?
God. At 88, 89.
All right.
Yeah.
So what happened to your Chinese hair? When did it start coming out?
You have the hair of a bald Chinaman now, don't you?
You've got the hair of a Chinaman in a box now.
I used to just, work a lot of hours, and I think...
That's what made it fall out.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's
like
not. It's genetic. You can't stop
It's
it.
not genetic.
Of course it is.
Your dad bald? No, he's got more hair than me now, I think.
Is your mum?
Kojak's got more hair than you, Carl.
Anyway.
Don't have a go at Carl's hair, that's a bit harsh.
Oh, look at his little face.
What did he say before in that book about going bald? It said, it had a little tip, didn't it? We'll go over them later.
It says, if you're going thin, doesn't it say, cut your hair short and something like that?
So it makes you look thicker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got people are offering Carl lots of. We're coming up to that. In
Yeah,
a
well,
few
we'll go through that.
minutes
So obviously we
to win that BAFTA bag.
Shall I remind people what the competition was?
Yeah.
Last week we were giving away this bag that we got signed by various celebrities at the BAFTAs, and we asked you to email or write in with your suggestions as to what you have that you could swap for the bag, and it has to be something that will enhance Carl's life. We've had quite a lot of suggestions. I'll go through those a bit later, but they're some of them are quite eccentric.
Meanwhile, I'm going to play one of my favourite songs off one of my favourite albums.
I look forward to hearing it.
It's Radiohead. It's the Bends, and this is Black Star.
Go for it.